Hey guys, and welcome to the Vampire Diaries After Show here on the stream.tv. Usually we can hear our little intro in the beginning, but it's all good, we didn't. So we just looked a little awkward for about 2 seconds, but it's totally fine. Oh my gosh, season 7, it has started. We are back. I missed you guys. It's not like I haven't seen you guys like on the break, but I still missed you.
It's different in this setting.
It is.
Okay, so a couple things. Crazy time jump happening. And also Matt Donovan in that sexy police officer outfit. Oh my God.
Now.
He has a purpose. He has a
Melinda
purpose.
was happy about that one.
I was.
Oh my God,
God.
amazing.
Do
So
something.
I'm your host, Meghan Lamontagne, as always, joined by my Vampirelicious co-host. To my left, the lovely Melinda Hale, rocking that gorgeous hair. And to my right, Rachel Rowland.
What's up, guys?
Okay, so I was a little nervous in the beginning because I was kind of a little bit confused, and then things started really coming together towards the middle of the show. And then I started like writing all this stuff down on my tech sheet, like, oh my God, we're gonna have so much to talk about. Want to talk about the Heretics first. Alive and crazy and young and beautiful.
I love how they're all British, too.
Right, I was like, when did that happen?
Yeah, so they were, Stefan obviously tried to like detonate them with a bomb. Didn't work because they're heretics and they're like unstoppable. But there seems like there's gonna be this crazy war going
Absolutely.
on. So where do we think the show's going with the heretics movement?
I think it's going to go back to like what happened with the whole vampire werewolves and then the originals. I think we're going to get back to that gore and that gruesome and darkness when Klaus is around.
It was
seemed
really
dark.
I
gory.
think it's
Like
great.
this episode, and you guys know me and the gore. I'm like not okay with it. I'm like, why do I watch this show? Because it's a maze. But yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy. What do you think about the heretics?
Well, I was shocked when they just like cleared out the whole town, first of all. I was like, oh, okay, so we're just now in this own world kind of thing. But
Right.
exactly what you said, it was dark. The way that they had those kids hanging there, I was like, oh, okay, we're getting a little more intense here.
Right.
Yeah, I feel really bad that Stefan and Damon had to give up their house. I mean, that house has just been such a prominent set.
It's its own character,
It's
honestly,
its
on
own
the
character.
show, for
There's
sure.
been so much that has gone on in that house, you know, Elena and her staying there and just all the love and romance and all the fighting and throwing liquor that happened in that house.
They have
And
so
now-
many memories.
There's so many
Yeah.
memories, and now it's like no longer. So that was really interesting. But
I loved Damon's comment, though, where he was like, I just walked in and some weird heretic was in there clipping his toenails. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd be really upset about that, too, Damon.
that was like really,
Specifically that.
really horrible. But then, of course, I didn't think the bomb thing was going to work. I was like, there is no way. And even Damon made a really funny comment about it. He's like, yeah, you're just going to send Donovan in there with a bomb. You think that's going to work?
Yeah.
Like, it was really funny because it's so true.
Right,
like,
right.
a homemade bomb is not going to kill these crazy, like, hybrids.
It's also the first episode.
And it's the
They're
first
just going to be like,
episode.
we dealt
Yeah.
with that, we're good,
Absolutely.
And
moving
it was
on.
the first episode. But I was a little worried because I was like, okay, we don't have Elena. How is this show going to be? And just the pickup between Caroline, Stefan, Damon, and Bonnie had me feeling all the feels.
There was so many moments there that you have no idea how it's going to go. I mean, Damon and Bonnie had their moment where you explained that it was like, nope, he just was questioning. But there was kind of like this weird tension that could turn into like flirty maybe.
I do want to get into that. So let's carry on with that. So Damon and Bonnie obviously paired together to rip Malcolm's heart out, and he ends up dying. And Lily is like really just upset. And that scene bothered me because I saw how emotional she got about her not real family, and she has no compassion towards her real sons at all.
Right.
But it is what it is. Lily, you're crazy. But yeah, so then we see this epic dynamic that we've been seeing for seasons now, but it really is coming together between Bonnie and Damon. And I do want to talk about that because there was that scene where Bonnie was almost hit by the car, and Rachel and I thought that there was a real moment between Bonnie and Damon. Like,
And then our realist came in.
and then
was
Melinda
like,
comes
no,
in.
guys.
So go ahead.
Right, well, no, I thought, no, he's thinking I could let her die at this moment. That's why he took so long to save her. He saw the car coming. I could see the Damon wheels going like, And he later did explain the 3 seconds that he went through. He got Elena back, he kissed her, and then he's like, no, I lose my best friend, which I love that he called her his best friend. I love their relationship now. But no, I didn't see that love connection. I really do think that they will end up being best friends.
Really?
At first I thought, and I was hoping.
The
but I think
lovebird
it's
over
great.
here was just like, nope, there's definitely some sexual tension there. it
I
might
didn't see
include
it.
anger and resentment, but you never know.
No, and I do agree with Rachel on this because I totally see what you're saying, and I get the dilemma that Damon is having between, okay, well, if Bonnie dies, then I could have Elena back, or, you know, I'm going to lose my best friend. But there was something in his eyes and her eyes during that moment where I was like, I really honestly believe in Damon.
They've been
I
through
love
so
them.
much
I just
together.
don't know if it's gonna happen.
I think
you know?
it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I don't know.
I'm
not
gonna hold
sure.
on to
I
that
mean, we
hope.
know that Bonnie is gonna get a love interest this season. It's supposed to happen in season 5. And I had a moment when she was with Matt that I thought that'd be kind of interesting.
Well,
if the
share a
two
little
of
bit.
them
I don't know
got
how I feel
together.
about that.
Melinda actually got the opportunity to interview
Right,
Kat Graham.
I got the opportunity to
So
interview
give us
Kat Graham,
some of that
and
scoop.
she said, you know, Bonnie does have a really big character arc this season. Episode 5 is a huge episode for her, and she does end up with someone that we know and love. And that's why I think it's Matt, because everybody loves Matt, and Damon's kind of a mixed bag. You know what I mean? And I think by the way they described it, it sounds like it's not going to be Damon.
But the thing is,
Meh.
Bonnie knows that Damon is a mixed bag. Like, he does know, or she knows that.
Well, I mean mixed bag as far as people liking him and not liking him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
because half people like him, half people don't. And the person that they described she's going to be with, it said everybody knows and loves him.
I mean,
And I don't think anybody dislikes Matt. There's no reason to.
no,
you know?
how could
The
you
poor guy's
dislike-
been through
dislike
so
my
much.
You
future
know what I'm
husband?
saying? Like, you could decide, I like Damon, or you're like, no, he's kind of a dick. And, you know,
Yeah.
I kind of lean towards
There-
that. But I think with Matt, it's a general, everybody thinks he's a great guy, and he just gets a bad hand
Sure.
handed to him all the time.
There was a scene between Matt and Bonnie where if they were going with that as a love story, there was no foreshadowing in this episode because it seemed like Matt was genuinely ticked at Bonnie for letting the heretics
I could
out.
see that. I could see
There
that
was
for
there
sure.
was a lot of resentment.
I
So
think he's just over it in general, though. Yeah, he does blame her, but I think the whole situation is finally he's realizing, I'm tired of being the only human. I'm tired of these vampires. I'm tired of these witches. I'm tired of this city. Like, if I were him,
Yeah.
I would have left with the rest
So
of the
you're
humans.
saying
Right.
You know?
there's hope if there's a little bit of resentment there, but there could be a love connection.
There could be. I
Kinda
mean,
like
that's what
Damon
happened
and
with-
Bonnie.
Well, that's how it happened to Damon and Elena. You know, she hated him, and they ended up together. I'm not saying that Damon and Bonnie wouldn't work. I think they're adorable, and I would love to see them. But I think based on some
Her
of the things that
answers.
they've hinted and what
Yeah,
she said,
right.
it didn't sound like it was going to be.
but she did say that it was someone that we know and love, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bonnie or
But then
Kat
the same
Graham.
thing, she said she's been dying for more scenes with Damon. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna
I
be
feel like Matt's the
interesting.
lone wolf. He's gonna always be the lone wolf.
right, and that's right. But who knows who?
Hire me. I will be his girlfriend on the show. Okay, so obviously we love Damon, but hello, Steroline. I know all you fans are out there watching. We have got to talk about that. We'll talk about it. We'll leave Millen over here. I'm going to be honest. I love Steroline. I did not see that happening. I thought that those writers were squashing that storyline.
Yep.
And they could still squash it, I guess, but I
kind of had a feeling. I'm like, there's no way they're just gonna chop this. Like, they have to say that. They have to be like, no, we're not going to.
But I wasn't over it. Like, you'd think that we'd be over it,
No.
you know? But I wasn't over it.
before it started.
You're over anything that involves love.
That's not true. I love Stefan and Elena. I thought Bonnie and Kai could have happened. I thought that actually would have been really cute. I think that the girl at the end of the episode is Caroline. I think she's going to end up being the one trying to kill Stefan. And I think that's why they're not going to happen. I think something's going to happen when the heretics capture her.
You
as we
think the
saw.
girl at the end was
Yes,
Caroline?
and let me tell you why.
Wait,
Because we
what?
see in the preview that Caroline is captured by them. They're torturing her and they're hanging her. I think that she has to make some sort of deal with them.
Okay, I
Wait,
could
you
see
don't
that
think it was
happening.
Lily?
No, because I could see that it wasn't Lily.
I thought it was I thought she had
I
dark
don't think
hair.
It was.
I
But
had
could
this
be
moment where I
wrong.
was like, it's Catherine.
Okay,
Oh my God,
maybe,
could you
right,
imagine?
right, amazing.
That would be
I
great.
don't know. I'm just throwing out a weird theory out there because I think it could be a cool twist. Maybe why they were saying it's not going to happen.
Or they're
because,
teasing it.
you know.
I like
Who
that.
knows?
I do like that. I would hate for Caroline to do that, and I would not want her
But
to.
we loved Dark Caroline.
We
Yeah,
do love
they
Dark
did.
Caroline, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But I also love her relationship with Stefan and Damon, and that's all she has. So for
Right.
her to turn on them would be huge because then she doesn't have anybody.
But I
Right.
feel like, that's what writers do. They take you up really high and then they drop you right down.
Totally.
And so
Yeah.
it could be that they'd be like, oh, look how cute they are. Just kidding.
Right.
And she really was a wonderful dark character. And so,
She played it well.
But how about that moment with Lorenzo? where he, got Caroline in the neck.
I wanted him for 1 second to be like, I'm good, but I knew. I was like,
I did
he's
too,
gonna
and
be.
I almost wanted there to be a love triangle again.
I like the love triangle.
I really liked when Enzo.
But
and
I
Caroline were
felt
almost a
like
thing.
during the love triangle in last season, I kept thinking, all right, Lorenzo's just hanging around. He doesn't really have a purpose. I get the love
so
triangle,
hot.
but I don't like
Right.
him as much as I like Caroline and
Why is
Stefan.
he here? I still don't know.
And why is he here? And we know exactly why he's here now, because that moment when he did that to Caroline was huge, because he had to prove himself to Lily. He
Right.
had to prove that, okay, well, I am going to be a part of this family, whether she likes it or not. And why he wants to be a part of that family so bad, I don't know. But he has a weird obsession with Lily being his mama.
And can
He's
we
an
say
orphan.
we have not forgotten about Sarah Salvatore? I just thought I'd mention that because you just let it die down, Julie Plec and Caroline
Yes,
Gillies, so
what?
we're kind of upset about that.
Yes.
'Cause I'm
we were all like, where's
you
that gonna
had this
go?
pointless storyline, and then you're like, let's just forget it. We started to write this and move on.
It's so true, though. It's so true. So, yeah, Julie Plec, we need to know what happened to Sarah Salvatore.
Not that we care, but like, come on, give us some.
Just
sort
give
of
us a little
closure.
juice. Just a little
A
juice.
teaser. She just like randomly shows up, and she's like, "Oh, where's everybody in the town?"
Exactly.
Right.
You're like, what? Where's Mystic Falls? Like, where did everyone go? Oh, we evacuated them. It's been empty for 3 years now. But, okay, so the Heretics and Lily and Lorenzo now are obviously the bad guys. But Vampire Diaries is all about its villains. We had Kai, we had Klaus, and now we need a new villain. And I'm not saying it's going to be Alaric, but you guys, Alaric was really dark this episode.
I disagree with you. I
You
don't
think?
think that he's a villain. I think he's just in a dark place. I mean, his fiance was killed on their wedding day with
But
their
it could be
burying
his
their
breaking
twins.
point.
I
It
think
could
he's
be.
really trying to bring her back to life. Like, I legitimately think that he's
I
trying
just-
to do that.
I don't enjoy Lily as a villain. I don't
She's
know.
boring.
There's just
Yeah,
I just
she's
don't
boring.
feel like
Yeah.
like Kai. They gave us Kai, and then they treated it like that. Like you just can't go from Kai to this. And so maybe they are setting it up that Alaric. This is just his breaking point.
Well,
He's
he
done.
has been the villain in the past when he was made
That's
the
true.
vampire by
He was
one
a
of the
villain.
originals to kill the other vampires. He was a vampire killer, vampire.
hunter.
They
So-
need to do something because Kai was so amazing as the
Yes.
villain, and I feel like there's this void in my heart that needs to be filled. And I don't know if Alaric will do it, but the way he acted tonight and kind of that
Creepy, like
creepy, vengeful mind that he had
Absolutely.
going on,
Right.
it kind of, I was very intrigued by it.
We loved Kai because we were emotionally invested because he was so funny
Right.
and witty. So we built
They
this
got
bond
rid of
with
him too
him,
soon,
and you could
for
maybe
sure.
get that a little bit with Alaric because we're already bonded to him and know him and his personality. To see something totally separate like the Caroline thing, that's what we'd love it. I think it would be great writing if they did.
Yeah. So his mission right now is to get Joe back, and there's something to do with this red stone, which I don't know the name of it because I was
Sorcerer's
the
Stone.
sorcerers. I kept calling it the sorcerer's
Alaric
stone.
and the Sorcerer's
Throwing all
Stone
this stuff,
is
and
very
then I was
fun.
like, "Am I forgetting stuff? What is happening?"
Right. Yeah, I was like, wait, did we talk about the stone before? Like, I always go to Melinda. I'm like, did we bring up the stone before? And there's between Pretty Little Liars and Vampire Diaries,
Right.
my head's like, blah. But so clearly Alaric is on this mission. Do we think that he would be able to bring Joe back at all?
I mean, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened on
True.
Vampire Diaries.
Very true.
I don't think they're
I feel like there would be
incapable
like
of doing
some
anything like that.
crazy twist that they couldn't bring her back, but the twins come back, the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something crazy like that.
But you guys are so right. Alaric has had just like such
crap hand.
such a crapshoot.
Him and Matt.
This entire his entire just reign of being on the
Right.
show. Everyone's dying and
He's been dead. He's been a vampire.
Oh my God,
He's
it's
been
just
brought back
crazy.
to life. Yeah.
I have something in my eye. I'm over here going.
We're still trying to get back in the groove of things,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, no, I feel like everyone watching out there, you guys are like my family, my friends. So if I
Right.
like have something in
Talk
my
to you all
eye, I
the
just
time.
feel like I'm in my living room being like, yo guys. Okay, but yeah, so Alaric, crazy. We'll see what happened with him. Before we jump to your questions, I want to kind of get a little bit more info on this time jump. I want to know, where do you guys think we're going with it? When I saw the flash forward, I just loved that the Salvatore brothers just seemed like on it together. Like Damon clearly shuts himself out, goes into hibernation, and was like, I thought you weren't gonna wake me up until it was time to wake up. Like when Elena wakes up, and he's like, yo man, something's going down. Get out of this coffin right now because some bitch is coming after us. Yeah, so you think it's Caroline?
I think it could be. Who knows? They're always bringing in new characters, but I think it'd be so cool if it was Caroline.
That'd be a twist.
Thing that threw me, I wasn't looking at the silhouette like you, was he had the X that the mute guy had, and I was like, what
and
is
they
that?
zoned in on that. So that's obviously super important.
Because remember, the sister came up and was like, don't regret that. That's your scar that you survived. So what does that mean that now Stefan has one?
Right. No, I know. I don't know.
Because at first I was like, oh, it must be from when they were like all dying. Because remember they were dying like a disease and she saved them. But maybe it's like when she turns them, and maybe Stefan was captured and tortured, and there could be something there.
But it's going to get super heavy because, like you said, we're going to have flashbacks and flash forwards. So we're going to be 3 years ahead, but then we're also going to be flashing back to the time of, I'm sure we're going to get each heretic story and how they came to be. It's going to be really cool.
It's kind of How to Get Away with Murder, where like you see what's going on and then they go back and tell you like what happened in the story.
Such
and I
a
love
good
that.
show. And it is. You keep, and then but you want to know how they got to that point. So that's where we are with Vampire Diaries, and I think it's going to be amazing. I did miss Elena, but not to be mean, but not as much as I thought I was going to.
Right. They have us so jammed-packed with all these new storylines. We're just like, hey girl, we miss you, but bye Felicia.
Bye Felicia. No, but they kept teasing her a little bit. Like they kept bringing up her name and all that. So it was
Or they're writing to her.
Exactly.
Which I love that idea, but it's like, oh my god, if I wake
that
up,
was
I'm
her
not gonna
thing.
wait
But you
this
have
many
to
years.
remember, like the show is called Vampire Diaries.
Right. That
Oh,
was the
you
whole
guys are
point.
so witty.
But I think it's sweet they're writing to her. Like, this is what happened
It's
today.
cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. That's full on friendship right there. All right, guys. Well, we talked about a lot. Clearly, want to hear everything that you guys are saying. So jump online, use the hashtag TVDAS, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, this is for you.
I love it. That was freaking
How did we not God.
I didn't see any of this coming. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah?
I was like,
How did you get here? No.
Kill him. Kill him. Definitely kill him. We're cool.
Shade. Shade left and right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies, let's put your 2 cents in.
Rubbed me the wrong way in the right way.
But you were like, well, we want to know what's going to happen.
That was killed.
We just want to say we love you all. Thank you so much for your support. You are all seriously the best in the world.
Another beautiful summer at the stream.tv, y'all.
Here we go, guys.
Thank you for being here. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
But no,
You got it. Hey guys, welcome back. They added a new commercial. I like it. It's cute. It's so cute. Okay, so now it's the best part of the show, taking all of your questions. So here we go.
Okay, so the first one we have is from @XMA Foley, I think. She says, do you think Elena will ever come back?
I think when the series ends.
I think they might throw her in for flashes.
Maybe. That'd be great.
That'd be really
awesome,
cool.
yeah.
I don't know. I read this article where they said that they may bring her back. But the chemistry between all of them, even without Elena, they've been working together for so long. It
pretty
works.
strong, yeah.
It's so strong,
It works. And I'm kind of excited to see where it goes because obviously the show was surrounded by Elena. She was the main character. And she was always involved in the mess of things. So now that she's not in it, it's like, what other
I think
trouble
they
are
would
they
just
gonna
bring
get
her
into?
in for like a guest star. Like I don't think she's against coming back for like an episode or something. It
can't
would be like
imagine why
they
she
threw
would
her
be.
in as like a flashback or a memory. Like I don't know if they would bring her into the mess of things,
Totally. But yeah, at the end, for sure. But that's a good question.
I like it. Okay. So our second one is from @Leonie Farrell, I think, if I said that wrong, sorry. She says, TVDAS, @Christopher Wood killed it as Kai, went out in a blaze of glory. Which short and sweet character one season had the biggest impact?
That is such a bomb question.
That's a great
Thank you.
question.
I mean, Kai is such a great answer to that.
It's
I
so
mean, he
true.
would probably definitely be my pick. But I loved, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. The girl that was best friends with Stefan.
Oh,
Lexi.
Yeah,
Lexi. I loved her character.
fantastic.
She was spunky. She just
was great.
knew what was up. And I don't know if I'd say that was the best. Kai, again, be the best, but I did love Lexi. She was great.
I don't know if I'm totally disqualifying myself because I know she was in more than one season, but I still am obsessed with Catherine.
Yeah,
Like my rebel girl, like she was just bad.
Right.
Like
bad. She was
loved her.
fantastic.
But I know she was in more than one season, so.
She was like basically up until last season, I feel like, almost.
They would like
Or
kill her
season-
off,
yeah,
bring
and
her
then
back, kill her off.
They really loved her. She's awesome.
And I think, obviously, another one that I could think of is Klaus. I mean,
Yeah.
he was so
yeah.
great,
All the
and they were
originals, him
all
and
so great
Elijah.
that they made a spinoff.
They were like, let's
Right.
give them their own
They're
show.
amazing.
Exactly. Any other ones that we didn't
I
mention?
would say for sure Elijah. I think also he was a smaller part, and I loved him. But Connor, who was the very first vampire hunter that we ever
Oh, wow.
experienced, I thought he was such a great character, and Jeremy trained with him, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Your memory.
Jeremy. Oh, he was on
He's
for
the-
more than
yeah.
one season, but I just had a
I
moment.
know, we
I had
missed
a
him.
moment. Okay, do we have another one?
Okay, so our last one is from @Tiago_N_Silva.
Oh, we love
Thank
you.
you.
We love you
girl.
so
You
much.
always bring it. So she posted a picture, as you guys can
I
see.
think it's a he. It's okay though.
He, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm fired.
No, you're not.
Okay, so you posted the meme, and it's saying Bonnie Bennett has a new love interest. So we're wondering, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but you're saying Damon. I like your thinking.
Yeah, we obviously covered this. We talked about it. It was such a big topic. We couldn't not talk about it before the
Right.
commercial break. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Like, are Damon
It
and
could go
Bonnie
either way
just
because
going
we
to
don't
stay
know what
friends?
they're doing. They could either be very obvious and be like, okay, they want it, we'll give it to them, or they could just be completely
No.
different. I don't know what they do, what the show's gonna do.
Exactly.
I think either way we'll be happy because even Kat Graham, she was like, I would date a plumber that came on the show because Bonnie hasn't been with anybody. You know?
I don't. It's so true, but I don't know. Also, Bonnie was talking to Damon, and she even teased it a little bit. She said, Elena would want you to, I think it was Bonnie. saying
Yeah,
it
she
there.
said she
said,
told you to even date.
She told you to even
Yeah.
date. Exactly. Foreshadowing. But it's like, is he going to date Bonnie? Or what if.
Oh, no, that was Stefan, but whatever.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. Stefan.
Yeah.
But what if it's not Bonnie, and what if, like, one of the heretics becomes nice, and it's, like, one of them? Because they were all
Ew.
gorgeous.
No.
No?
The girls
No,
are.
I am not a fan of them.
Yeah. The girl, what if one of the girls dated Damon?
Two of them are
Oh, Damon's
lesbians.
Oh, yeah, they were
That's true.
lesbians. That's so true.
Which is so
true.
cute.
Forgot about that.
At first I was like, what is this weird relationship? Oh, like.
I get it. We're going there.
I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Got it.
no, so true.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm just the
I
first
think
episode, you guys.
You can't lose with Damon and Bonnie. Either way, it's one of those things of like we're not going to be upset if they're just best friends and super close,
Right,
and we're
because
not
they're
going to be upset if
friends.
they start dating because like their bond and what they've been through is just so amazing.
Yeah.
It's definitely
It's
true.
great.
But you guys, I'm so excited to be back on these couches. I'm back to be so excited to be back with you guys and talking about Vampire Diaries. I'm just honestly thrilled to see where season 7 goes. I'm getting all jumped up on my words. But it's going to be amazing. There's going to be so many new love stories, so many new enemies and villains going on, and it's going to be
I think it's going to be different.
Yeah.
really
It's gonna be great.
epic. I also want to let you guys know, don't go anywhere because right after us is the live originals after show. Not us, obviously, because we can't watch the originals after
they're watching
show.
it right now.
Because they're watching it right now, so we have to DVR it and catch up when we go home. But
They all seem awesome.
But they are awesome, and you guys should definitely check it out. So tweet
You
us.
asked for one, so you got
You
one.
did ask for one,
Yeah.
so you got it. See, you guys make moves over here at the stream. All right, guys. Well, make sure you subscribe to the stream.tv and tweet us all week using the hashtag TVDAS to make sure your questions are getting answered, and also to see if you get featured next week on our show. And yeah, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye guys.